So, welcome to Croatia. We are so happy that we can host you today. Thank you, Miss Ayse, Miss Evi, and other colleagues from Indonesia, and especially a huge appreciation to school librarian, Miss Maria Fe Nicolau. Thank you for sharing with us the story that is very popular in your country. So please start with your session.
Thank you very much, Miss Antonia. How are you there? Students, what grade are you in at this time?
We are in fourth grade.
Oh, you are in fourth grade. So let me introduce myself. I am Miss Maria. I'm working in the library just like Miss Antonia. And I'm currently working here in Jakarta, Indonesia. Do you know that in Jakarta, there are only two seasons, the rainy season and then the hot season? It's shining. There is no snow here. So we only have two seasons. And this time of the year, in the afternoon, it's raining, but in the morning, it's quite hot. And we also experience some flood in other parts of the country. A little bit further about Indonesia before we start our session. Indonesia has a lot of beaches, white beaches. And if you hear about Bali, well, a lot of tourists go to that area because of the beautiful beaches, and the place is also very rich in culture. Indonesia itself, we are staying here in Jakarta, and well, we really have to go out to find those beaches. Just like in any other countries, we have tall buildings, and we are staying, our school is in the center of the city. So that is how I describe Indonesia. And the weather and people here are very kind, and wherever you go, if you are somehow lost, they will always give you the right direction. Okay. Oh, shall we start, Ms. Antonia?
Yes.
Okay. I understand that you, dear students, grade 4, you have your paper and pencil with you. Now, on the screen there, you can see the cover of the book. Okay. Now, tell me something about what we are expecting from the story. What do you think will our story be? You can write or draw it on your paper. Go ahead. What do you think will our story be? Can you write it on your paper, or you can draw that? Oh, Miss Antonia, there are hands raising.
Yes, yes.
Okay, go ahead. What do you think will our story be for this morning in Croatia? Yes. Tell me your name, please.
My name is Fran.
Fran.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. What do you think our story will be?
I think in the story there will be a crocodile that doesn't like any other animals, or he's so lazy, like that. Something like that.
Okay, lazy crocodile and does not like other animals. Thank you very much. Who else would like to say something before we start? Thank you. Deep in the forest, in the river, lived a large crocodile. He was a very selfish crocodile. He didn't want any other creature to drink or bathe in the river. He thought it was his river. Every day, he shouted to the creatures of the forest, "Stay away from my river. It's my river. If you come on my river, I'll eat you all." Next page, miss. So, there were no fish, no tadpoles, no frogs, no crabs, no crayfish in the river. All were afraid of the selfish crocodile. The forest creatures kept away from the river as well. Whenever they were thirsty, They went for miles to drink in other rivers and streams. So they really have to travel far to get water because they don't want to stay in the river of the crocodile. Every day, the crocodile lay on his great big back in the sun, picking his big sharp teeth with a stick. But early one morning, the forest was awakened by a loud groaning sound. Something was in terrible pain. The creatures thought that it was an animal caught by the crocodile. But as the sun came out brightly, they saw that it was the crocodile who was in pain. He was lying on his big back, holding his swollen jaw, and he was crying real tears. The creatures drew closer, but not too close. Some of the creatures felt sorry for the crocodile. "What's the matter with him?" asked the deer. "I don't know," said the squirrel. "Maybe he's going to die," chirped a blackbird. "If that happens, I'll be safe to go to the river," grunted the wild pig. The animals thought about this. They hung from the branches, they hung from the vines, they buzzed in the air, and they shook their head as they watched the great big crocodile in pain. No animal tried to help. Suddenly, a little mouse appeared, sniffing the air. He ran along the crocodile's tail, then onto his tummy. The other creatures stared. "Look at the mouse," chattered the monkey. "He's either very brave or mad." "He's going to be eaten for sure," said the iguana. The mouse crept along the crocodile's big neck and into his open mouth. There was a hush in the forest. The mouse got hold of something and pulled and pulled and pulled. Then he put it on his shoulder and walked out of the crocodile's mouth. There was a loud cheer from the astonished creatures. The crocodile sat up and said, "I don't feel any more pain. It's all gone." Then he saw the mouse walking down his tummy, carrying an enormous crocodile tooth on his shoulder. "Your bad tooth was giving you the toothache," answered the mouse, turning around to face the now smiling crocodile. "Do you want it back?" "Oh, no, 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 no. Go get rid of it. And when you've done that, come back and I'll have a present for you." The mouse went and buried the bad tooth under a tree. And when he returned, the crocodile had a nice, juicy nut waiting for him. As the crocodile watched the mouse eating the nut, he said to him, "You were very, very clever getting rid of my toothache, and a kind too. I'm so grateful. But what shall I do if my toothache comes back?" Don't worry. I'll help you take care of your teeth, answered the mouse, nimbling. Soon the crocodile and the mouse were the best of friends. And one day, the crocodile sent all the animals an invitation. Please come and drink and bathe in the river. I won't hurt you. The river belongs to us all, he said. The creatures weren't afraid to drink and bathe in the river anymore. Although the crocodile was sometimes snappy, they grew to love him. And soon the river was full of fish and tadpoles and crabs and crayfish. The end. Now, let me ask something. Did you like the story? Just raise your hand. Oh, you are all clapping. Very good. Now, tell me, what lesson did we get from the story of the selfish crocodile? Go ahead. Share your ideas. What do you think is the lesson we get from the story of the selfish crocodile? Wow. Okay, go ahead. We will listen to you. Okay, go ahead. Okay, who goes first? Tell me something. Tell me your name and then say something. What value did you get from the story?
And tell what you wanted to say.
Okay, go ahead.
It's not okay if we are evil. Or we shouldn't be evil.
Okay. Then?
It's not nice to be selfish. We should share with each other. That's what
wow. Thank you. Good, good, good. Okay. Can we hear from the others?
Max?
My name is Max.
What did you think?
Max said we should not be evil or mean, because if we are so, we won't have help from our friends and friends to help us when we need the help.
Wow, very good response. Okay, do we have one more before we go to another activity? Anyone else who would like to share his or her thoughts about the values you learned from the story? Is there anyone else who would like to share? Go ahead, don't be shy.
Tara says
don't be shy.
Tara, the girl Tara, she said she means the same as the boys.
Oh, you have the same idea with the boys. Very good. Now, Ms. Antonia and Ms. Sanja, I would like to request 5 risk takers to stand up. 5 risk takers. 5 children who are willing to share their thoughts. And we will have an activity. You can ask questions in Croatian language or in English. So let your classmates answer that for you. Okay, let's have the first one. Ms. Antonia, we will be asking these students to make questions starting with WH. So for example, who? Okay, any one of you who can make a question from one of those 5 students who were standing, please ask the question starting with who. Who related to the story? Say, for example, who was the main character in the story? Okay, so, okay, go ahead. You make your own question. That was just an example from me. Make your own question. Okay, go ahead.
Who helps the crocodile?
Okay, you have the question. Now, you know what you're going to do? After you make a question, you ask a friend to answer your question for you. So you point a friend. Okay, call a friend to answer your question. Go ahead. Let's see if that is the right answer. Go ahead.
Who helps the crocodile? Mother. Mouse help crocodile.
Oh, very. Is the answer correct? Is the answer correct, children?
Is correct.
Thumbs up. Okay, good. Next one. Can I have one? Okay, I need to have 4 more brave kids here. Okay, well, the next question is where? Start the question using where. Okay. Anyone?
Who wants me?
Where?
Who wants me? She said,
where now? Where? Okay, go start the question using where. Go ahead.
Where does the crocodile live?
Okay, you asked a friend then. You asked a friend.
Crocodile?
The crocodile lives.
Where does the crocodile live?
The crocodile lives in the river.
In the river. Very good answer. Okay, next, third student. We will start with the question, what? What? Yes.
Stop. What?
Go ahead.
What was the problem? What problem had crocodile? Okay, we can help them.
Who can answer the question?
So crocodile had a bad teeth, she said. Is it correct?
Okay.
Yes, Francis.
Is his answer? Very good. I think you are all very participative and very observant. And I think you understand well the story. Okay, next question. Maybe the word is when. When. Start question using when.
Neko pitanje sa kada. Spustite ga prvo na hrvatskom. Izvolim vas.
Can you do that? Okay. Oh, there is a brave soul there.
Kada su krokodili i miš postali prijatelji. Tko može to reći na engleskom? Max said the question in Croatian. Now we will translate it to English.
When does crocodile
ne odgovoriti, nego pitanje na engleskom. When
does the crocodile and mouse became friends?
Who will answer, Max? Paula, može? When did they became friends, Paula? Može na hrvatskom. When did they became friends? Kad su postali prijatelji?
Miš i zadjeli zub, pa se to više nije bio zločest.
When the mouse picked up the bad tooth and crocodile wasn't mean anymore.
Very good.
Is it correct, Max?
Yeah. Is that correct? Is the answer correct? Thumbs up if it is correct. Thumbs up if it's correct.
No.
If the answer correct?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Last question. This is quite tricky. Listen carefully. Start a question by asking why. Why?
Zašto, Leo?
Why is crocodile mean?
Why what? Why was the crocodile mean? Who can
see, the answer might not be in the story, but you can come up with your answer. Come on.
Odgovor nije bio u priči, ali da smisli, zašto bi bio? Evo, Matej has an idea. In Croatian, yes?
Okay.
Možda mu se klimo zub, pa mu je došlo po zlu, zato jer ga jako bojala.
Maybe he already had a little bit of a toothache before, and that made him mean.
Okay, thank you. Any other response that you can give for that? why is the crocodile mean? Any other points of view, any other response other than maybe
He would like
previously
to try. Max is going to try. I'll go.
give it a try.
Someone said that
He wanted river just for himself. Is it correct, Leon?
yes, it's correct.
Leon says
yes.
But
yes, it is.
Just for himself.
It was me.
He was mean. He wanted river for himself, and that's because he was mean because he wanted river for himself, and because of that he was mean, and that's a circle. They made a circle of answers. Okay.
Wow. Very good responses, great for students. Now, this time, what we will have to do is that I understand that you have pencil and paper, right? You have that one.
Yes.
Since the crocodile at the end make friends with the other animals, in your case, how would you like to show peace around you? Again, how would you like to show peace around you? Maybe peace in the classroom, maybe peace at home, maybe peace in your country. How would you like to show that? Then what you can do is draw that at this time. Let's see what we can do. Let's give around 5 minutes. They have their papers, Miss Sanja?
Me.
Okay. How would you like to show peace around you?
Peace.
Can we get some responses?
Yes, we have one.
Okay. Who's the fastest one to draw?
One girl.
Okay, let's see. What is the drawing? Yes, I think it's about friends. Can you please tell something about your drawing? Go ahead.
Okay, so she drew two friends who hold the hands together, so they're kind to each other.
Wow. So that is how you define peace for yourself. Thank you very much. Okay, you can write something in Croatian to describe that one. Let me see. What about this one? Tell me something about your work. What is that?
Okay, so the mouse and the crocodile reading the book together.
Ooh. So they are now very, very good friends.
Yes.
Ooh, thank you. Let's see. What is that? I can see hands. Tell me something.
Jedna ruka prima drugu I pomaže joj da dok neko treba pomoć, da je pomogne.
Okay. So if somebody needs our help, we should be active and help the person. So active.
Very good. And very nice message. And at the same time, the drawing is very symbolic. Okay. Can we have one more? Let's see. Wow, very detailed. Very detailed drawing. Tell us something about your nice drawing here. And there's color.
On baca smeće, onda mu drugi kaže da ne baca smeće jer to nije u redu za prirodu, onda on ode baci smeće.
Okay, so one of this guy threw the waste around the recycle bin, but other guy told him it's not okay for the nature. So this guy who wasn't polite to the nature changed his behavior.
That is really a deep message, and I believe you are also practicing that in school. Miss Antonia, I'm sure that there's a lot more, but I think the time does not favor from our end. Are there, maybe we can collect those pictures and students can write, describe that one in Croatian language, and we can have a translation at the bottom part, and then we can share it with the other students. I'm sure Croatian students, other students from different parts of the world would like also to learn from you. So you become the model of those other students. Do you have other questions from me before we end the session?
We have a question from the guy, from the student who is born on Philippines.
Okay. Well, let me see your face. Let me see your face. Hello, you were born in the Philippines. Where in the Philippines?
No. I'm not born. I lived in the Philippines 2 years. No.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years. You lived for 2 years in the Philippines. We're in Manila. Okay, so describe for me Manila. Can you still remember?
No, he don't remember. But
you cannot remember.
From which part of Philippines are you originally?
Okay, I do not live in Manila, but I studied and worked in Manila when I was there in the Philippines. My city is 1 hour away from Manila, but I have to take a plane.
Oh.
So it's quite far from Manila. So going from my city, Iloilo City, you can take a plane or you can ride on a big ship, like a cruise ship going to Manila. See, Manila this time is full of tall buildings, many, many bridges, and many, many shopping malls, just like Zagreb. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Yes. Any other questions?
From Leon?
How many children in your class?
Sorry, I can't hear your question clearly.
How many students do you have in your school and in your class?
Oh, let me put it this way. We have around 1,200 to 1,300 students, and we start with 3 years old students until 17 years old students. And then in the grade level like you, let's say grade 4, we have a maximum number of 20 students. But for bigger students, for example, grade 11, who's around 17 years old, we have also a maximum of 24 students. So that's how big our school is. And we have 3 towers. Our schools are in towers, which means it's a tall building. One building will have around 9 floors. The other 2 buildings will have around 8 floors. And then we have a rooftop. And then students, because our area is not really that big, students, they have a gym. You know, it's something like they can play basketball on the 9th floor. On the 9th floor, they can play basketball there. And then we have big gardens. No, we have big gardens and we have playgrounds also.
That's amazing.
I think also that's amazing. Can you please send Antonija a few photos from your school? We would really like to see it. Yeah, and we will your website.
No. I will do that. This time, what I'm going to do is I will tour you around the library and I will go out. But I cannot go up on the 9th floor because of the time constraint. Okay, I will, you have to wave. Huh? You will have to wave. It's, okay. These are my students. Can you wave? These are Croatian students. Can you wave for them? See? They are studying. This is after school hours and they are studying. And look at this one. So this is our library. This is our library. Okay?